One, two, three. All right, we'll do a real quick check. Make sure that we're live. One, two, three. One, two, three. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, welcome back to Sediment and Fishing Field Team, COAF Field Team on YouTube. And this round, well, yours truly, well, I couldn't go fishing this weekend. I got sidetracked with some honeydews, and well, today I'm having a beer. So I'll have a beer. Tasty. Anyhow, if you can't go fishing, what do I do instead? I kind of take a look at different things, specifically, well, I look at other videos. And so in this case, there's a couple of videos that I noticed while I was kind of surfing the net. In particular, one is up at Denison Dam. It was, I believe, earlier this year. Let's see, August 17, 2022. Let me push us over there real quick. Yeah, August 17, 2022. Looks like the Wiley boys made it up to Denison Dam, and it says this bait changed everything. I believe it was some shad. And the key thing that I picked up out of here was, well, it was before the lake turnover. You know, when the Denison, or when the Lake Texoma ends up turning over, and you get that milky white discharge coming out of the dam. So it looks like this was before that. But some key things that I picked up. These guys are local guys. I've been able to hit different areas, and so I follow them. And guess what? They had some good video catching a few fish or two here at Denison Dam. I'm not sure how the bite is now, especially with the cold and whatnot, but we've been able to catch a few fish during this time of year, just mainly looking at the generation pattern and see what they're generating, what the water flow looks like. And one thing that I did take away from was there was some nice fish that they caught here. And it looked like shad was the key. And so, hey, if I can't go fishing, I can enjoy at least some other folks doing some fishing. Additionally, the other piece that I noticed, let's see if I can dig around here real quick. Let's see, fishing the Blue River. It was Veterans Day, or Veterans Weekend. And it looked like there was a lot of folks over there at the Blue River in Oklahoma. And we have a fondness for the Blue River because it's just less than 2 hours away from us. And we can definitely hit a trout or two while we're there. So in this case, it looks like Oklahoma Fly Fishing. It's another group that we follow online. We're subscribed to them. And so when they post a video, we get notifications. And sure enough, did get confirmation earlier in the week that the catch and release section at the Blue River was stocked. So guess what? They were able to go and fish it. So looks like this is one section on the catch and release section. I recall in past years being able to catch a few in this area. There's a deep little pocket here, sort of like a side channel to the main river. River's over here, side channel's over here. All along here, if you have some polarized glasses, you'll be able to go and see them. So hey, good to know that there's some catch and release fishing happening with some nice sized trout out there. It took a little bit longer into the video, and did see him catch some really nice looking ones. Here's one that surprised what size it would be, but looked like a good one. All right, so they are there. It looks like he's using a mop fly. Yeah, it looks like a mop fly. Let me see if I can show you what a mop fly looks like. Okay, let's see. Oh, I got one right over here. Let's see. This is one version of a mop fly. Let me focus in on it real quick for you. Right there. All right, little jig fly pattern right here. It's got a little jig. I think it's 1/80th or 1/120th ounce, I think. Little mop, like you get from a mop. Little chenille here, or kind of some kind of flashy thing that you can add in there, and looks like the trout were getting them. So hey, good to know. All right, so let's see what else was happening over here at the catch and release section. Let's see, looks like some good water flow. Water clarity is looking pretty good. Let me go and shift back there. All right, so you all can see what I'm looking at, and you can see the bubble line here. In the past, I've worked these bubble lines and had some really good success. I think there was one year when it looked like they just stocked it with a bunch of these palomino, or these orange or yellow or golden looking trout. And they were all along here. And it was pretty interesting. Let's see. Hello from Washington Point. Oh, hi, I Will Green. Thanks for joining. I'm mainly just going over, since I couldn't go fishing today or this weekend, trying to get a heads up as to maybe what the possibility is if I can go over there later in the week, in the upcoming week. And it looks like from a catch and release section, it looks like there's a good opportunity to catch a fish or two. And it looks like there's some good fishing to be had. And like I was saying, work these bubble lines here, strike indicator, 3 to 4 foot under, you should be able to get a fish or two. Let's see. Yeah, here's another trout the individual caught from the Oklahoma fly fishing folks. I did see one that was pretty interesting. It looked like it may have been a smallmouth bass or a bass in the video. So do take a look at it. It's the OK Fly Fishing channel. I'm subscribed to it, and they got some really good videos that point out some things when it comes to fishing. The other thing that I kind of do when I'm like unable to go fishing is I'll do a quick search, and let's go back and do a search on Blue River fishing. Let's just say Oklahoma fishing right here. I want to see if there's anything that pops up that might catch our eye. Let's see. A year ago, there was this one that was done locally by Outdoor Oklahoma. Yours truly getting a limit out over here. I think that was the first weekend, a couple of weeks ago. This Fly Fish Texas, this is always a good one to come and take a look at. It's a Texas, I think, fisherman. They got some really good video on this one. I've watched this over the years. They posted it 5 years ago, but there's some really good information there. Patsuki Bait. This is another one that I follow. They go all over the nation and whatnot, fishing different places using their special bait. In this case, it's the their version of some salmon eggs, and that seems to be working really well. And they had fished it 7 months ago, and it looked like they did really well as well. There's some of my old videos from, let's see, this one was the 2022 season, right up here. Excuse me. Looks like some smallmouth bass taken, and looks like that's about it for some of the key things with the Blue River piece. Other than some of the older videos, some that I posted, some that other folks have posted. So, anyhow, some of the things to think about when you're possibly gonna hit the area. Let me see if I can take us back here. I did mention this is. Adjust the video again. Okay, so this is that mop fly, right? All right, and the one that I was using the other day, let's see, here it is. This is the near deer right here, like that. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, there's a near deer. Okay, this is the olive variety, and I'll use them also in a white version. The other time that I fished this last round, seemed like they wanted this Pat's rubber leg right here. Very simple tie, or at least simple pattern, but it's a pain to tie with these little legs and whatnot. And I tend to grab the ones over there at Scotty's that Zach Flat fly fishing, the ones that he makes, and I tend to do better with his flies than the ones that I tie. So keep that in your back pocket. I have that one in white as well as a brown and an olive. From a strike indicator standpoint, I've been using one mostly. It was the cork strike indicator right here that has a little rubber gasket and a cork. And then more recently, courtesy of Donovan Fly Fishing Guide up at Oklahoma, gave me one of these Oros. And this one's pretty nice because it gives like a, it's like the airlock, and it gives a more of a straight pull so it doesn't kink your line. And you kind of use it just like an airlock by putting the line right in here and then closing it. And that seems to work really well. Well, I've been using both of these, but if you see me out in the river, I'll probably have one or the other. Let's see, other flies to keep in your back pocket while you're there. This is one that I picked up while I was at Green earlier this year in Texas, New Braunfels. And this is like a woolly bugger of their version right here with a little flashiness to it. All right. And I was using it to catch some bass and whatnot, but I caught a couple of trout. Actually, I caught excuse me, several trout with this thing over here on the blue. So that's a good one to keep in your back pocket. And of course, there's a lot of flies that are tied that you can pick up at Scotty's that you definitely want to give it a try. Okay, and those are ones done locally by some of the fishermen there, and they definitely know what's biting and what the fish like. And there's one in particular that you may want to take a look at, the DM fishing fly. That one seems to work really well. But anyhow, that's pretty much what I had this round. I'm kind of using this format to answer the mail, get some questions answered and whatnot, and then see if I can maybe give you some more timely updates. And right now, from a timeliness standpoint, would have been awesome to be out there on the blue fishing the day. But that said, if you're not able to, you can always look online and take a look at others fishing and get a heads up as to what to prepare for. The trout stocking schedule has been posted here in Texas, and I did the update. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I did a update to the trout stocking schedule where I sort it in chronological order. I think I posted that in a previous video. But I would also say continue to check this their site, Texas Parks and Wildlife, because one of the key things is if something changes, they will flag it pretty much right in this section here. So if be it water quality or some change in the schedule, they'll post that change right over here. Additionally, you can always, I think you can sign up for their email to get notifications. Yeah, sign email address, manage subscriptions. Yeah, so you can do that also if you want to. Me, I just tend to go back and check. Alrighty. Let's see. Hopefully, be able to hit the blue by Thursday. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now I'm either trying to hit it Friday into the weekend, and well, hopefully there's some fish there that we can still catch. The other things to keep in your back pocket. Let's see. Give a thumbs up if you want me to go and run over to Google Earth and give you a heads up on some of the catch and release section on how I like getting there if you've never been there. If not, there's also some videos that I have that you can take a look at. And let me see. I'm not sure if I can see a thumbs up or anything here. Yeah, I see one thumbs up. Anyhow, well, let me go and take us to Google Earth real quick and see if you can see that. All right, let's see. I got some markers and whatnot here. The thing that you want to keep in your back pocket when it comes to the catch and release section is this is the Blue River running down here, if you can see my cursor, and it crosses Highway 7. You've got a parking area that's south of Highway 7, and that's also to the east of Highway 7. Additionally, you have another parking area that's going to be the west of Highway 7, this one right here. And you can access both sides of the highway, so north and south of the highway. And when it comes to the catch and release section, you actually want to park to the furthest west parking area. So it's going to be this one right here. Oops. This one right here. And you know you're there because there'll be like a fenced area. I think there's like a shed-like thing or something, but you'll know you're there. And this is where you want to walk toward the catch and release area. And it's going to be all the way up here. And I don't recall how far it is. So let's just do a quick path. And let's go measure it real quick. So let's see. So we'll just grab it here. We'll come all the way up. And we'll just kind of wing it and take it all the way up here. And we'll just take it to the catch and release section where it gets to the fly library exchange. And what I'm looking at is on the path. You can look at measurements, and it's showing a mile, 1.15 miles. So just a little bit over a mile. Just take a stroll from this parking area, head up to the Fly Library Exchange right here. And you know you're there because you'll see it. All right. And when you get here, you can either go north or south. If you want to go north, you can kind of see the exchange right here. And then here's the path where you'll go up and head up to the catch and release section. Just follow it up here. You can come in through this section here and start fishing here. I tend to keep going further and fish this section. What you want to do is make sure you don't go off this way versus to the right. This will open up into like a plot, like a food plot area. And you know you're going in the right path is you'll cut to the right and you'll pass these rocks, a formation of rocks that you come through. And you know you're in the right direction, all right? And then this whole area, you can kind of fish up along here, these pockets and whatnot. Be careful, there's, bring a wading stick and whatnot. Also, be prepared to catch a fish right by your feet, because there's a lot of times where I've caught some, and there's a deep hole just right where I'm standing, and I just kind of fish it right there, and they're right there. So keep that in your back pocket when it comes to the catch and release section. So again, to reiterate, part to the furthest west parking area, which is right here. Here's the river crossing Highway 7. You don't want to park all the way over here unless you want to park or fish this area. You don't want to park over here unless you want to fish this area. You want to park all the way back over here. And then it's just over a mile to that fly fishing library, and then a little bit further up into the catch and release area. All right. Hopefully this was helpful. I hope to be trying this again here in the near future. And hopefully the next time I'm on here, maybe I can show you some of the stuff that I caught. All right. All right. All for now. Thanks for stopping by. And next time, I'll catch y'all later. Good luck. Good fishing.